This isn't usually the sort of video that I make. I've made a few like new kit videos before, but like not really. But my sister wanted me to make this one because she hasn't seen any other people go through this. So if I ever manage to edit this on time, I guess you'll see this. If not, whatever. But we have had new kits come out. We've had 2 of them. We've had the Grange Mudroom kit and the Essential Glam kit. So I've uninstalled all of the packs so that I could just see these 2 kits, and we're just going to take a look at them. I'm actually going to start off in cast today, which I never normally do because, again, I don't bother. But this is just a random sim. I just went into like create a sim and just like randomized a few times till I got a sim that I like the look of. So let's take a look. So this is all the stuff that we have for eyes. Let's go to eyeshadow, and I'm interested in this one because we haven't really had new makeup for a while. We get like the odd little piece here and there, but we haven't really had much. But this looks fine. Like, it's quite simple. I feel like I kind of want more dimension, but we'll see what other things we have. But it's nice for like a little pop of color. Maybe like a big fat wing with it could look cute. Who knows? This one, I like this one more. This is like a nice like halo eye. This is very glam. Oh, I like that a lot. This is a nice eyeshadow. I could see myself using this one quite a lot. That is very pretty. I like that one a lot. Lovely. And also if you like remove the saturation, you can make it more silver instead of gold, which is always fun. So that's cute. Next eyeshadow look is just this basic like kind of winged smoky eye. And I like this a lot. It's almost like a cut crease, but not quite. Like a soft glam cut crease. I like this. That's nice. This might also be another eyeshadow I use a lot. This next one feels similar to the top one, but it's definitely more sparkly. So far these are, so far these are very neutral. That is not neutral. I like this a lot as well. It's kind of a combination of these 2, I think. A bit more like upscale glam. I do wish we had other colours, but we've got the hue slider, so you really could do any colour you wanted to some degree. So if I pull this right back here, that should be like purpley, and I up that. Yeah, so you can kind of do any colour you want to, really. You just have to play the sliders a little bit, and depending on what one you go on, it might come out like a bit more saturated or not. But that's actually quite fun. I like that a lot. This one, oh, I'm not sure about the default swatch for that. I like this. Okay, I like the coloured ones. I used to do makeup like this every now and then when I do like a bright pop of colour in the centre of my eye. Not centre of my eye, in a corner of my eye. But I think with my eye shape in particular, it doesn't necessarily look that good. But I love this just for like a highlight spot. That looks nice. A bit much, but I'd maybe turn the opacity down a bit. Just like an inner corner highlight sort of thing. But it is very cute, and the different colours could go really well. This is kind of like an editorial thing. I think I'd use the pink the most though, to be honest, because I think the pink looks good. And then the last one of the eyeshadows is just this, which is again very similar. It's like this one, and I guess this one combined, where you have like the colour in the middle sort of thing, but not as much. That's quite like a nice fresh look. It's a bit subtle, but I like it. I do agree that's kind of like just basic glam for that one. So those are cute. Eyeliners. I love eyeliners. Usually I would wear eyeliner all the time. I've been slacking recently, but you know. This is nice. I like the inner corner flick, and it has a few different colours. But honestly, the colours aren't that... I can't see much of a difference between these colours. I feel like they could have just stuck with one of them and just left it as it was, but you know. Next one is similar, but it's a bit more of a dramatic wing. Oh, this has a pop of colour on the bottom. I can see myself using this one a bit then, actually. Okay, the colours in this one are a bit more obvious as well, so that's fun. Okay, cool. I like that one more than I like the first one. This one just isn't really it for me, but I prefer the shape of this one, but I like the colours of that one. This one just looks like it's going to be just an all-round Claudia Winkleman sort of eyeliner, which I think it looks fine. I think with the new eyelashes that we've got recently, having some sort of eyeliner like this would be really good. I don't know that the default swatch is like this light brown, but I guess it's probably the point, because it's a lot softer. We have just a generic wing, which actually I think this thing was randomized with. Now I'm thinking about it, which is very strange. But I like that. That's cute. Just a really basic, simple wing that actually goes upwards. A lot of the wings that we have like an under bit on the eye, and they kind of go like out weirdly at like an upwards angle. We don't really have like that. We don't really have anything simple like this, and I like this. I'm going to use this one a lot. And this one just looks to be like a lower eyeliner, which I do like this one, but I will say I wish we had some sort of another one of these with a wing on it as well, because sometimes you want to use this wing with a pop of colour to like open up the eyes a little bit, but that's just whatever, you know. It's a nice fun pop of colour, and if you use like a darker eyeshadow on this, I think it could be really cute. Actually, I was trying to do something similar to this the other day. I was trying to do, we have an eyeshadow that looks, or it might be from a pack actually, hang on, let me just double check. No, we have this eyeshadow, And I was wanting to use this, but with the eyelashes that we've got now, it kind of just hides the bottom bit, which is a little bit like hard to use, I think, now. So I wanted to use this one, but I couldn't really get it to work. So now I could use that eyeshadow with the eyelashes and still get like that pop of color at the bottom. I could still do that. Or if I wanted to use the eyeshadow and hide that, I could just tightline it. So that's actually quite nice. I like that. We haven't got any new eyelashes, which I'm really disappointed in, actually. I really would have thought we'd get some more eyelashes for this, because we've only got these 2 in the base game. They added new color swatches to these, so you can have like a lot of different ones. I don't get why the default swatch, again, isn't just black, because it's kind of annoying. But I like these eyelashes. I just think we should have more. We've only ever got other eyelashes from Love Struck, and they're basically the same as these, just a bit bigger. So I would have liked to have seen more eyelashes of this, because when you have a glam kit, you'd think eyelashes. But we do have new blushes, which is nice, because the MAC ones are like okay, but not amazing. So these are probably going to be all in the same swatch. I personally don't like this the placement of this blush, but for certain Sims and for certain people, that placement of blush looks great. I think it's if you have like a kind of longer face or like a flatter face, that's to like make your cheekbones pop out more, I think. I'm actually not sure. This one is cute. This one's very trendy. This is kind of like e-girly. I like this. We have a High School Years one that's similar to this, but I would also use this for like my hot weather wear as like sunburn on the face or something, like a flush look on the face. That's cute. I like that one. And then lastly, we have this one, which has a highlight on the cheeks, which is okay, but I don't like how this one looks, actually. It almost looks like a bruise. Yeah, I don't like the look of that. I don't like how it just kind of stops. This should kind of diffuse out more, in my opinion, and the highlight of it is kind of weird. I don't think I like the blushes. This one's cute, but these two both just have really odd... the same pattern, really, but this one has some on the nose and this one doesn't, and then this one has shimmer to it and this one doesn't. I don't like that. I don't like how it looks. Lips. We've got a lot of lipsticks. Okay, is this like a glittery gloss? That's quite cute. Oh, that looks... you know what this looks like? This looks like that like vampire lip trend that's been going around, or had been going around. I don't think it's really that popular anymore, where people would like stain their lips when they're dry and make it look like cracked blood lips. Some of these swatches kind of look like that. Like this one and like this one especially looks like that. I don't hate it. I don't see myself using it though. This one looks to be the same, but no crackiness on it. This is kind of cute. Very soft glam. I think I'd use this one a lot where I don't like, because the Sims lips a lot of the times can look quite just like boring. I think I'd use this if I want to have the Sims lips change a color a little bit, but still look natural. This one looks kind of overlined a little bit. Kind of matte. Oh, that's a lovely nude. It's slightly lined, and then like it looks like they've done like the bit of the like concealer trick in the middle to make it like an extra bit brighter. Looks very pouty. I like that. I think they look nice. This is clearly just like a gloss, right? Just a colored gloss. I'm really struggling to see a difference in the colors. Like this one looks very different to that one, but like a lot of these don't look very different at all. I'm kind of wondering what the point is for that. I don't see the point in having all these different swatches when they all look almost exactly the same. This one looks to be a bit different. Okay, yeah, this one's a darker gloss, but I feel like this is just so similar to this one. Or maybe not. They do have different shapes to them, I guess. Okay, that's more like a lined lip gloss. Lip liner, lip gloss combo sort of thing. But then so is this. Actually, you know, I don't like these lips. I think there are some people that these lips look great on. I don't like them. But I know a lot of people download CC to get lips like this. So, oh, and some of these are lined differently. That's lined differently to that one. That's overlined and the other one isn't. That's interesting. Okay. Not my favorite. I don't think I'll use this one. And if I was going to use it, I'd maybe do like the darker one and try to make it more red. Oh, actually. Hue sliders could be good. I think we need less natural ones and more unnatural ones. Considering that we have sliders that affect opacity, like you can make this look a lot more opaque and have it look similar to a different swatch like that, you know, because it looks a bit samey. This one looks very similar, honestly, to like... I mean, it doesn't, but it does. Oh, yeah, actually, never mind. It looks... Is that the exact same? Have these got the same swatches as well? No, this has different swatches. So they've given us two lips that look the same in general, but have different swatches. I don't like that they've done that. I don't like that they've done that at all, because they are kind of the same. And then this one is just a very glossy lip. This is very vampy. I like this one, actually. I think this one is quite vampy. It's very glossy. The overline is a bit weird. That might look a bit odd in different lip shapes, but that might be the point. Yeah, I don't hate this one. I think the darker ones are the nicest ones. They look very vampy. Overall, not really for me, though. The lips are quite disappointing. They're a lot of the same thing, and I feel like we don't need that. And then last we have face paint, which is like highlighter. So this is like brightened under eyes. Oh, brightened T-zone as well. So I like that. Like, I like a matte highlight. I might use this quite a lot. Mainly this one I think I might use a lot. Because that does add a big difference to the face. Especially if you use this one, for example. That's a big difference. This one, oh, we've got some freckles. Why is that in face paint? Are they just meant to be like fake freckles then? Like fake beauty marks? I'm confused as to why this is in a makeup pack and why this is on face paint and not skin details. Because even if it is makeup, right, like why would you not just have it in face details, like skin details? Not sure about that. This is just the top one, but brighter. I don't like that. I don't understand. I don't get the point in that. And then this one, what even? Oh, this is just a subtle highlight. This is, it's not even sparkly though, is it? Okay, so some of these are. We have one of these already, kinda. This probably, the different colors are probably just for different skin tones, so that's probably why there's so many of them. Different sorts of them as well, a bit more pink. Again, I don't like the cheek placement. It's just so random. It doesn't look right like that. It's so like harsh and not diffused, and I don't really like how that looks. Like you can see it more for this. Like that isn't what highlight would look like on your cheeks. It'd come kind of more down. It'd be a lot more blended out. I don't really like how that looks. Like that compared to this base game one that we already have. I know it's different. Obviously, these are different skin tones as well. I know it's a different look overall. Like there's no like cheek highlight there, but it is very similar in general. And I feel like this one just looks nicer than that one. I don't know. I'm not really blown away. I like the eyeshadows and I like the eyeliners. Although I do think a lot of the eyeshadows are very similar. Like these could have been the same. And honestly, so good at this, really. This could have been quite similar to like, I don't know, something else. I like them, but I don't think they're anything amazing. The eyeliners I think are my favourite because I liked, you know, I kind of like the most basic eyeliner. But I don't really care for anything else in this, to be honest. It feels like that's really harsh, but I just don't really care for it, unfortunately. Sorry, not my favourite cast kit, but I'm not really the biggest person for cast anyway. You wouldn't really think that by the way I've spoken like so much about it, but I don't hate it, I just don't love it. Okay, so we're going to build mode then, and we'll find the things from the new pack. So I'm just gonna build a room and put some lights in there, and then we'll see what is in there. So this is the Mudroom pack, and I'm actually kind of looking forward to this one because I like to often do like some sort of storage or like built-in things somewhere, like in hallways or in general like in living rooms and stuff, but I kind of find it hard to sometimes because we don't really have a lot of items. I will say there is something in this that already annoys me, which I saw from the screenshots, and I understand why they've done it, but I also don't like it. So let's take a look at the things one by one, and then we'll see if we can get like just a little setup for it. So we have this bench item first of all, which I think looks really cute. I love the cushions on it, and we've got, by the looks of things, oh, that's very IKEA. Some decent wood swatches and some nice colours. They're nice. I would have liked to have seen more matching wood tones though, because we've got this kind of like greenish one, which wouldn't match. This light one, which I don't think would actually match anything. The like bench top might, but not really. The white one is fine. This one will match some dark brown swatches. I would have liked to have seen more swatches overall, to be honest. But that's, you know, just straight away the first impressions. This thing, I'm gonna love to use this in general, but again, I want more swatches. I don't, especially like this. I'm sorry, but that's gonna be so hard to use. That's almost like a base game match with some of the swatches. That black isn't even black, really. It's like a dark, really, really dark, cool tone brown, I think. It doesn't look black. I think some of these are going to be really hard to use. That orange is also very base game. I'm not really a fan. Like, that orange and that blue, and also this kind of reddish is like the base game kids' bedroom furniture. Not really a fan. We have this cupboard, which I think is going to be a similar... Yeah, okay, at least all the swatches match, I guess. Like, this is kind of like a peachy pink, I guess. At least all the swatches do match. I'm just not the biggest fan. And actually, if you put these kind of side by side, they don't match. They are different colours, which is very frustrating. Because I think even this, yeah, that's a lot more of a hot pink purple than the darker one. Interesting. Then we have this unit, which I guess would be the same colours as well, which I'd hope that they matched perfectly, which by the looks of things they do, so that's good. That's fine. That would be good for kitchen counters and stuff. Like using this as like an extra kitchen set. I'll probably use it in the white really to keep it easy, or maybe in the black depending on what I'm using, but that will work for some kitchens and just general like built-in space as well. We have this little plant. Oh, this is a little plant. That's a really cute little plant. I like that. Okay, that's cute. Some nice swatches as well. See, the swatches I like for the plant pot. That's a cute plant though. I like it. That is nice. Same as this plant. This one's bigger, so that's fun. And do the flower colours change, or they always want? No, they do change. That's cool. That is cool. I like them. I think they're cute. I think they're cute. We have this really nice mirror, and I like this mirror a lot actually. It has some just basic swatches, which I actually love the swatches for this one. I would have loved to have seen these same like tones in wood in the other items so far, because I don't think you're going to be able to match these very easily, to be honest. But I like that mirror. It's a really nice mirror. I'd love it in black. I'd love that in real life in black. This mail pile I love. Oh my god, like an Amazon package. I love this. I'm going to use this a lot. I absolutely love that little package of mail and like package. That's going to be good for like an office or like a commercial build. Having that on like the reception desk would be fun, because that makes total sense. This is keys and glasses. Now we already have kind of an item like this. I'm not mad that we got more. Let me just say that. I'm not mad that we have another glasses and keys option, but we have already got something like this with the everyday clutter kit. Like we've got keys and a phone and we have glasses separate. So I would have liked to have had these as separate assets really. I don't think that would have been too much to ask for. Pair of shoes. I like that these are kind of placed a bit haphazardly. I would have liked to have seen a pair that were straight and a pair that were normal. Also, these look kind of like weird. They look kind of like a bit big, but maybe it's because I'm like zoomed in and like I don't have a sim next to it, but they look quite big. I don't know. But I like that they're a little bit like messy. They're not just so uniform. And then same with these. I would have liked to have seen these in a different position, to be honest. But I do love that we have wellies. They're fun. So I think between the swatches and stuff, you can get a good couple pairs of shoes going. I would have liked an all black swatch, like we've got an all white one. I would have liked an all black one, but that's fine. Hide that away clutter basket. Oh, can that maybe... We don't have anything for that to slot into just yet. We might. That's cute. That's a good bit of decor, I will say. I'm not a fan of the texture on the top, because it's called a clutter basket. You would have thought there'd be cluttery things in there, but that's just me nitpicking. But at least that does match that colour. Does that... Are there other colours this would match with? Yeah, so at least it does also match the basket colour under that. That's fun. I can deal with this. It's not my... I don't think I'm going to use it much. Criticism is I would have wished it was the same width as this as well, or we had the same width option. But that's just me being nitpicky. Picture frame. This is like a no shoes thing. So this is a bit weird. It's just feet. But no, I actually like this being like a no shoes thing. Can this go on the wall as well, or is this... No, it's purely a table item. That's fine. I don't see myself ever using that unless I'm doing like a gym or a spa. That could be fun. I don't see myself using this inside of a house though. Handy dandy bag. That's a very cute bag. I am glad that we have this actually. I would have liked a couple patterns on it, mind you, but it's still cute. I mean, most people don't really have patterned bags. Most people kind of go for like black bags or whatever to like match whatever they've got going on. So that's fair enough. And then this is a hallway rug. Yes, I love... This is actually a really nice default swatch. Please be good swatches. Okay. All right. I am a big fan of this rug. Oh, that's a really pretty one. Trans rights. That's a really pretty rug. I like that rug a lot. Oh, and it's a big size too. How does that size up? Okay, it doesn't size up very well. That's a very big difference in the size. Does it size? It sizes down, but then it sizes up. Would have loved an in-between size. Obviously, I don't know if they have much control over that. I guess it's just a default. But I like that regular size. Oh, it sizes down pretty nicely actually, like a 2x2. That's fun. Okay, it sizes down nicely. It doesn't size up nicely, but sizes down nicely. That's fine with me. We finally have another one of these. I like this. And obviously this is going to come in the same swatches as well, which is fun. Scarf and a hat. That's really cool. That's a lot of fun. And then obviously you could put like the bag like underneath it as like further stuff, and the shoes. I like that item. Oh, we have multiple. Okay, I like that. That's fun. What I would have liked was maybe have 2 of each wood color swatch, and when you swapped to like a different color of the same wood, it gave you like a different item hanging. But I do know that these creator kits, like the creators make these kits. It's different to like Sims4's kit, for example, which was just a collab. She gave them the ideas, they made the assets. I do know that this is like a CC kit, so the CC creator makes them themselves. So there's a lot more logistics to think around with that, and it's a lot more work for them to do. So that is honestly fine with me if they just did that, because you can still mix and match it a little bit, you know. And we have already got like the apron item, for example. You can hang the aprons on here. We have already got some things with hats and stuff in there that you can probably size down and fit on there. We've also got dressing gowns that hang like a hanging item. So I like how that actually is. I think that's gonna look fine. We have this thing. Oh my god, I love things with preloaded cluttery things, especially shelves. That's really pretty. I like the swatches a lot too. That's really my favorite swatch. Yeah, I like that. That's really nice. And does this match? This doesn't match all of these items, which is kind of annoying as well. It would match the wood, but it doesn't match the actual colors, which I guess is fine. We have another one of these, like another side table, so I guess those would... Oh, never mind, they don't match together. So that's a sideboard, and then this is like a hallway table. What is the difference? Generally asking. I don't know what the difference is between a sideboard and a hallway table, but I guess these will have matching swatches too. Do these swatches match? I'm going to use this one because it's probably the easiest one to look at. I think they're slightly different, you know. Maybe this matches with this. Yeah, so those match in a set, that doesn't, I guess. So these are meant to like tile together, maybe? Maybe we've cracked the code for that one. Let me move the bag over here. Maybe we've cracked the code for that. It is annoying how they're not the same height, but I guess that's to differentiate the two. And yeah, so no, that definitely is meant to be the case. So let me move these over here. So based on this item, I guess that these are all the same height, so they match together. I would have thought that this would match with it, but I guess because that's a hallway table. I mean, you still could get it to work like that. That's absolutely fine. But I guess these are meant to be part of the matching set because of the same depth and thickness and things like that. So that's fine. And again, these would have all the matching swatches. So it is frustrating that the colors are different between these items and this item, but I guess it helps you realize that it's not the right item for the job, I guess. I'm also going to point out the thing that annoyed me that I saw from the picture is that these cabinets, like these two cabinets, have a lip on the top, like they have like a framing on the top, and this doesn't. And I think the reason behind that is that if you have a medium wall height, you can add that on top and then that's framed up there. But as we've established, I think the colors of these are slightly different. Oh no, these weren't slightly different. No, never mind, I'm wrong. So you could do that with it, which I guess is fine. But what if I just want to have these side by side and you've got that weird trim? It's what they do with the kitchen counters too. I just don't like doing that. You can maybe like layer them on top of each other, but I don't know how the clipping would be. No, I mean, that doesn't really work, does it? So you could maybe do that. I don't know why they didn't just give the lip on it anyway. I see why they did it like this, but either have the lip or don't have the lip, is my opinion, to be honest. Like, they could have just not done the lip on it, on this one, and then just left it like that. But we've got pretty much the same item, but we've got like an open cabinet, and we've got like a open cabinet and shelves, open cabinet and drawers, and we've got like a closed door cabinet, which again would match nicely. So it all kind of goes well together. So that is cute. And then lastly, we just have this little light, which I think is honestly the random thing from this pack. I feel like this is a bit big to be like an inside light. Because like, say for example, I had two of these together, like the mirror here and that there. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's a bit random. And also, does this bench like slot in here fine? Or is that also like a different sort of... No, it's a different depth and stuff. So I wish we had a single tile of this, because that's going to be... This is too big for like a hallway. But if you wanted to use these lights as like a double pendant light, I feel like you would need to have them bigger. So if I maybe quarter tile placed these, got rid of that, and then had that over there, that could kind of work. But I feel like they're very big lights. It doesn't look very balanced to me. I think a single tile one would have been great as well. I suppose you could use this. Like, I suppose that could work, but they're slightly different heights, so it doesn't quite work either. So unless you just didn't use this item at all, and then you use like these instead, that could work. Like sort of like this, and then I guess you have the mirror in the middle, and that could be okay. I think that would be fine, but it's kind of a shame because you can't really use these benches with it. Sorry, that's unfortunate. I think in general, not having these benches lining up with this, like that bench and then this table, I mean, they line up together with each other, don't they? No, they don't. So the bench doesn't line up with anything, I'm discovering, which I guess could be okay, but I would really have rather them to line up with everything. I don't get why it doesn't, which is really disappointing. I want to like this a lot, and I just don't think I like it as much as I hoped I would. Let me have a play with this. Let me just see if I can find anything that I like, and then like any sort of order and color scheme that I like, and then I'll get into like my actual thoughts. Okay, so I've come up with something, and surprisingly I used the reddish maroon swatch. I don't know, I just thought I'd do something different because I was thinking about using the dark green because I quite like that shade of color at the moment, or maybe even the pink for the cuteness. But I went for this. Also, I completely forgot this a wallpaper and a floor. So there's this stone floor here, which I like actually. It's kind of like a textured stone slab, and I have been honestly asking for a floor like this for a little while. It comes in a few different colors, well, quite a lot of different colors actually. You got like kind of brownier ones, some warm tone ones. They should probably match pretty well. I went for this. No, actually, what should I go for? Oh wait, just this one. I went for like the kind of warmer tone. I think the white is a bit too bright in certain lightings and the grey is quite dull, but I do like this floor and I do see myself using it a lot for kitchens or for mudrooms, because this is a mudroom after all. The wallpaper, it comes in all the same colours as the kind of furniture stuff. So you got this one with a really high baseboard, which is really cute actually. I do quite like this. I'm glad that we finally have higher up cladding, although I am still hoping and praying for the day that we get just this like detail, like this cladding detail as like a wall sticker like we're doing with the backsplashes. I do want that one day still, but we'll see what happens with that. And then we've got the same just plain like I've used over here, so it's the exact same colours but it's just without this wooden board, so I like that a lot. But this is what I've come up with. So I've done like a full wall. Oh, why that? Oh, they don't actually. Oh, these do fit together, but I alt placed these. I feel like these counters, not counters, like cabinets, as the size that they're meant to be, are too big and claustrophobic, so I sized them down slightly. And I think it's mostly unnoticeable, but then you've got that weird clipping issue there, which is kind of annoying, but I'm just going to choose to ignore it. I think having them smaller makes it make sense. It doesn't line up here then, but then this bit doesn't line up either, so I don't really care, to be honest. But I've used like the whole thing over here. Just I'll place some cluttery things in here. I think this looks nice. I don't actually care how this looks at all. I think it looks nice. And I've kind of matched the wood to the doors. So I don't think the wood swatches on these bench tops match perfectly, but they do match well enough for like this base game front door and these base game arches. So I've used kind of all the reddish stuff. I haven't used the seat bench thing. So let me just show you all the things that I haven't used. I didn't use this. No, I did. I haven't used this, sorry, which I could still use. I've just opted not to. I've used most things, honestly. Actually, I think the only thing I haven't used is that, come to think of it. I could swap this thing out over here for this instead, but I like how that looked a bit more. But I've used the mirror here, and what I've done is I've alt placed these little peg things to go along the top of this part, which I think looks quite cute. And I almost wish we had this without anything on it, so that you could kind of continue doing that along the way, because I think that is actually quite realistic, and maybe hang like pictures up there. So say for like example this item, if you wanted to like size that down and have like the frames on that could kind of work. Or we have some base game pictures that could maybe work for that as well, but that's quite cute. You've got like a mirror here, you've got some entryway stuff, a couple flowers. I sized this little plant up. It sizes up pretty well actually. I think the one is fine. It kind of sizes down cute as well, but you don't tend to need plants that small. I've used the glasses and the keys, the packages there. I've used the welly boots down there. I haven't used the trainers because I find them, the way they place, a little bit weird. I would have loved to be able to place multiple in here. Also, this slot in the middle, you can't actually place anything in by default unless it's like maybe a really... You can place like the small plant. Should I put that in there as well? Let's just put like a small little plant, and I'll do this creamy colour again. I'll put a small plant in there just for a little bit of decor. But unless it's really small, you can't place things in the middle here. But I've kind of alt placed a couple bags. These storage things, I put them in different colours and rotated them around a little bit. So yeah, the only thing I haven't used is this thing, and it just won't fit in here. If I made it a bit bigger, it might have done. But you could easily swap those two things out if you wanted to. But I thought I'd rather have the bench. And yeah, so I haven't used the little shoes and I haven't used that table. But that's literally all I haven't used. So I have kind of changed my opinion a little bit. mixing it with a couple base game things like this plant here, and you know, it is very much a fancy item. I don't think I'll use it as a mudroom, because I think a mudroom is typically where you let things get dirty. I think that's kind of what they're meant to be, like they're in between your back garden and like your kitchen, for example, and it's where you take your dirty boots off and stuff. I think this is not a mudroom. I think this is just an entryway, and I like it. I think it looks nice, and I will use this stuff again. I might use this stuff more so in bedrooms or built-in fireplaces. This bench I think would be great to use even outdoors, actually, like an outdoor bench or like a balcony bench, just a built-in thing. I think this pack has a similar vibe to the Book Nook kit, and I love the Book Nook kit for the built-in and modular things. So I think I'm actually going to enjoy this a lot more than I thought I would. But yeah. So yeah, those are the 2 new kits then. What do you think about them? I'm conflicted. I think the build kit is great, but it only fits into certain stylistic choices, and I also would have loved way more swatches. And just a few extra items in there, like maybe like a big plant in the kit itself would have been nice as well, like a nice addition, but I do know they're kind of limited on how many items they have for this. So I get it, I understand. And for the cast kit, I don't know. I don't think we needed that many lip swatches that were kind of the same thing. I would have liked to have had like better highlight textures and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure about the cast kit, to be honest with you. I'm gonna get use out of it, but like, is not my favorite kit, I will say that, to be honest, which is a shame, because I think we needed a bit more makeup and stuff, and we didn't quite get it what I expected. I wanted some eyelashes, I wanted, you know, a couple of different sort of lip styles, or maybe a couple of different sorts of eyeliner, like a graphic liner, but I guess it's Glam, so it makes sense. But I don't know, anyway, it's not up to me to decide, obviously, what goes in and what doesn't go in, so it is whatever. Also, apologies for if this video is quite long. I personally really like long form content, and from like a creator's perspective, it is easier to edit long form content, in my opinion, if you kind of let it be a little bit longer, because a lot of times I hate editing because it's so much cutting things out and having to just keep doing all that all over again, and like going through and cutting out these tiny little pieces. It takes so much more time to edit a video that is like a long video like this one, and then cut down really short. It takes a lot more time. So if I can just let myself do some longer videos for once, I can maybe get more content out for once. But I'm trying to like embrace the longer videos, because I like long form content, and a lot of the people these days are making shorter form content. So in a sea of shorter form content, maybe there's some like long form content that I can sprinkle in there for you. So let me know what you think of the length of this video as well. I don't know how long it will be. I'm gonna get about 35 minutes, but we'll see where I'm at with that. But yeah, let me know what you think of this. I'm gonna have this room on the gallery. It is just base game and the mudroom kit, so there's that. It's gonna be really easy to use if you have this kit and just the base game. Yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
It's that first day of first grade, that cute girl, your third day, that backpack, that snapback you've had since the 3rd grade. The first time you got laid, the worst time you got played. It hurt, but you're okay, you learn from your mistakes. Your friends back in high school, we thought we were so cool. We'd steal Jack, my dad's stash, and drink the whole night through. The first time you first moved